Since the other videos I did on main character syndrome did so well, I thought I'd once again revisit some of the internet spectacles and laugh at some of the people that really do like themselves a little bit too much. For those who haven't watched any of my last videos on it, or any videos on it, essentially main character syndrome, in my opinion, is a subsection of narcissism where the main patients are those who are way too chronically online. They just start to go a bit loopy, if that makes any sense. I mean, if it doesn't, you'll understand when we actually get into watching some of these. I was going to say something else, but I've forgotten. So anyway, let's just get into this.
A toast to the groom, to the groom, to the groom, to the groom, to the bride, to the bride, to the bride, bride, from your sister, who's always by your side, to your union, and the hope that you provide, you provide, you provide, and may you always.
I do feel like this is a perfect first one for, you know, to really get into the grip of this main character shit. This person is clearly one of those people that think they can sing, but in the end just ends up going quiet and loud to make it sound like she's a professional or something. I don't know. Not sure if that makes any sense, but oh well. Obviously, that wouldn't be too bad if it was like a close friends or family in a room and they'd, you know, had a bit too much to drink, you know, having a piss up, and then someone gains a little bit too much confidence. But to do this on someone's big day, you know, their wedding, especially it's your sister's, to make yourself the center of attention is bad enough. You forgot to prepare a toast, which I'm guessing you knew you had to do, or what the caption says, and decide to whip out the fucking, I don't know, Samsung Z Flip 3 and record yourself sing. Especially like that, it just seems a bit disrespectful. If I'm mistaken and the bride and groom is fine with this, then fair play, I guess. But she just looks a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe I'm over analysing it, but I don't know. It just seems a little bit off. Then again, I'm talking into a microphone in my room, so I can't really say anything. So basically, the next video I want to show you is like 8 minutes long, so I'm gonna, you know, I'm not gonna show the whole thing, but I'll sum it up into the first little bit. Essentially, it's some guy working out in the gym, and then some fellow with a camera won't leave the poor bloke alone. I'll just show you.
Man, what are some good girl muscles to work out? Like girl muscles. Like I'm going to jail and I'm gonna get fucked in the ass, so I want to look feminine. So I want to work out my lady muscles.
I have no idea.
Okay. I don't know.
No idea.
If you're gonna use that machine, you should put a little more weight on there, you know.
Well, that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Warming up.
Don't use those pussy weights.
Yes, the poor fella doing leg day, chilling on the leg press. Looks like he's about to start a set and some twit with a camera starts recording him. I've got to commend the fella for actually putting in the work, especially doing leg day, fucking hell, which I do commend even more. You know, I'm not going to lie, I've skipped leg day once or twice to get on the bench, or many times, but the guy with the camera is clearly also a leg day skipper. Acting like this just proves it. You know, he's got some hatred built up in him and dislikes the idea of people actually doing well for themselves, because most people would see the guy hitting legs and think, fair play, mate. I mean, clearly not this guy. Also, I'm really confused. How has hitting legs got anything to do with getting bumped?
Get fucked in the ass.
Just make me think this guy's like recording, you know, as an angry leg day skipper. Nothing wrong with skipping legs, but this guy's one of those angry leg day skippers. I don't know. Or is he projecting and just really wants to be bumped?
Get fucked in the ass.
Out of the store.
I was gonna pick it up.
Out of the store.
I was gonna grab it.
Out of the store, please.
I'm going to be the first person to admit that this was satisfying, right? But surely it would have been a better idea just to order a load of these off Amazon. I'm guessing they're like receipt papers or something. And done this at home instead of making some poor retail workers' lives awkward. Like, yes, you didn't actually do any harm to them, but, you know, it just made their day a little bit more difficult. Despite claiming that he was going to pick it up, it was fairly obvious someone was going to see you do it and have to pick it up. I mean, the caption just makes him seem a little bit more entitled. Like, what did you expect?
Mr. Beast, you got me today?
No, I don't.
You can't pay for my Mr. Beast bar?
Not. You don't belong in here if you're not paying for something. Now, come on.
You sure?
No, that's not the way it works.
You don't got me?
Me.
Someone just stole my wallet.
Goodbye.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Well, actually,
Can I help you? To leave. You need to exit.
because you're so kind to me and you wanted to help me, I'm gonna pay for your entire groceries at Walmart today.
Yes, and go away.
I got you.
Security, I need you to take this off my bill.
You don't want me to return the favor?
Bye.
It was just a joke.
Bye, please.
You can't help everyone. Follow and tag Mr. Beast so he can see this.
I haven't seen a prank channel or like a social experiment influencer or whatever it is like this in a while that I can remember anyway. It just gets a little bit cringe at this point. Acting disabled, then scanning your fucking beast bar, asking someone to pay doesn't mean the poor woman's entitled to. Also, this is, you know, this doesn't really make any sense either. Acting like you're in need of the Mr. Beast chocolate bar, which hasn't really aged well, by the way, for everything that's happening right now. Then when she says no and gets security, you say thanks for being nice nice or whatever, so I'm gonna pay for your food. I'm so confused. All this just makes the bloke look more of a nuisance than someone that's actually being helpful. I mean, it was clear that he wasn't being helpful once he told everyone to tag Mr. Beast. It was fairly obvious, I'd say.
Oh no, go ahead. I'll make sure that I wrap this on.
What was the point of that? I've worked at a fast food place. I have mates that work or have worked at fast food restaurants before, and the horror stories they've mentioned, I mean, mine weren't nearly as bad as some of theirs, but either way, I don't think anything comes to close as this. You know what I mean? I know it doesn't look like a lot, but I'm guessing they're not going to have to change the oil. I mean, I suppose it depends on where this is, but certainly where I used to work, we'd have to change it because of like the allergies and stuff along those lines. If someone, which sounds unlikely and probably is, but if someone is coincidentally allergic to watermelons, it's going to cause a lot of problems for the restaurant, especially if it's not something that would have even needed to be mentioned or thought of to be added to the list of allergens. It sounds silly, but you know, it's got to be done. So mate, you're a dickhead. Also, I don't know if any of that made sense. I hope it did. Look, mate, you're just making yourself look like an idiot. Let's not do this, alright? Why'd they do this in a public setting, especially with kids around? It's just really weird. Imagine going out with friends or family to be trapped in Ben & Jerry's to someone waving their arms around. Would completely ruin the day. To be fair, considering the fact the guy who unraveled the receipt paper or whatever got caught almost straight away, I'm surprised this woman hasn't been kicked out already.
B, like this guy on the telephone, up the lights. They're all pigeons in here, B. Look. Look at them. They're all fucking pigeons.
Never seen someone so mad about people being on their phones while recording people on their phones on a phone. We saw something like this on one of the other videos I did on main character syndrome. What's the need of screaming while at a concert? Obviously, there's nothing wrong with singing at a concert. You know, it's part of the experience, it's part of the fun. But what's the need for singing it so loud? I mean, even the fella here is getting pissed off too. I mean, at least he knows that at least one person's enjoying the concert. I mean, I haven't got a clue what that says, and I have no idea what language it is. Anyway, let me use that photo translator thing they have on the phone. Well, that clearly didn't help. What's the point of doing this? Am I missing something, or is this just like a dickhead trying to irritate people? Not only the people on the train, you know, trying to get to the next stop, he's also making the train warden guy, or whatever the job title is, life even more difficult. For what? Could be he was bored and needed someone to piss off. Just needed the day to go a bit quicker or something. I don't know. I watched it every night. I'm a fucking moderator of an ASOIAF subreddit with 62,000 members. We have the first one here from a one and only Reddit mod. The sibling that embarked on a different journey from his brother, the Discord moderator. Similar in their own right, yet chose a different platform to give themselves a name, but end up getting made fun of. So instead of the excitement of, you know, maybe making people's lives easier and moderating something properly, they get a power trip like this. I literally have no idea what an ASOIAF subreddit is, but I can't comment on that. All I know that this guy needs to leave the house once or twice, you know, every now and again. Now, this one just really pisses me off for some reason, you know, the most out of the ones we've seen. You now just made a retail worker's life really fucking difficult. Even more difficult than that one that we saw earlier of a guy with a receipt paper or something. That, you know, that mess looks really awful to clean up. The fact that it was on purpose just makes it worse. If it was an accident, then I suppose that's fair enough. We've all, well, not all of us, but I've dropped something in the shop before and someone had to clear it up. It wasn't on purpose, like this, obviously, and I felt really bad, but it was all good. I mean, I suppose there was some sort of karma in it. The fact that she nearly fell over in the end and was left to, you know, reminisce on the fact that she might have the main character syndrome. She had one shot and messed it up. Just makes it a little bit more satisfying. It just gives the video a bit of a, oh, thank fuck. Anyway, that's what I'm calling it today. I'm getting fed up with people making themselves look like fools. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, thanks, bye.